Hi, my name is Ayah Musaad. I'm one of the volunteer hike leaders with Black Girls Hike. Black Girls Hike is a beautiful, safe space for Black women to enjoy and explore the outdoors in a safe and comfortable way, as we should. We support this movement through facilitating walks, workshops, training events, skiing trips, trips abroad, just lots of opportunities to explore.
My name's Ngozi Fulani. I am the CEO at Sistah Space, which is a charity that supports African and Caribbean heritage women affected by domestic and sexual abuse. We are UK-wide and based in London.
So Ngozi, I'm gonna ask you a question. What does movement mean to you?
Movement to me is transitional, it's spiritual, it's physical. So movement to the organisation is about coming together as a community, as a people, and advancing.
I think that's really important. Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you a question. I haven't seen it, so. Why is safe access to the outdoors needed for Black women?
I think as being a Black Muslim woman, being outdoors can be a bit scary, especially in today's world. So it's important to have safe spaces, have a sense of community when we're out in the open being ourselves. So I think once you find an organization that can help you and feel secure, it's nice to lean into that, to tap into that, and just leaning into someone or leaning on someone's shoulder as well. It's very reassuring.
I love the concept, absolutely.
It's my turn.
Good.
What is the biggest challenge in the work you do at Sistah Space?
Unfortunately, because of the nature of the work that we do, which is supporting African and Caribbean heritage women and girls affected by domestic abuse, and mainly women, we don't so much do the young people, the challenges are diverse. It is that we are in a society which doesn't afford Black women the equality that other demographics would have. We know that if Black women are affected by domestic or sexual abuse, they're less likely to be believed, and institutional racism means that they are going to, just face a harder struggle. So the challenges are, even as an organisation, being respected as professionals is another challenge out of many, but we get there.
And it's amazing what you do.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. So my turn now? Okay. All right. A story that has given you hope in your work recently.
So I'm one of the volunteer hike leaders. So I think for me, a story, or it's kind of a story that happens quite frequently in the walks, is we get people coming from outside London for the walk. I think sometimes when we're Londoners, we tend to forget about people outside London. Sure. So it's always surprising to see someone willing to make that journey into London to attend the walk. And you really realize how important it is for these spaces to exist. And it makes you want to do more of them and realize that what you're doing is worth it and it's needed in community.
Being inspired.
Yeah. We deserve to exist out in the open, freely and safely. So, yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay, my turn again. Where would we find you on a Saturday night?
Oh, it much depends on what's happening in the community in terms of, are there crises outside? Are we needed? Is there a domestic abuse situation? But socially, we find ourselves in the most wonderful places. For example, last Saturday, we got an invite to an African and Caribbean community event, which is to promote the oneness of us as a people. Yeah. So, and we met a lot of some celebrities there, and you meet a lot of people who have gone through challenges. So from one Saturday to the next, we really don't know where we're going to end up, but we enjoy it. And as a family, we, Sistah Space is a family. We just rise to every challenge, and we just, okay, let's get in the car, see where it takes us this Saturday.
That's really nice. You find a balance between like forming a family connection with the team and also dealing with the cases.
Well, that's the heart of everything, isn't it? Because people who go through domestic abuse need to come into an environment where they are embraced and they are held. So we have that from the outset at Sistah Space. It's just love. I'm going to ask you a question now. This is really good. A stereotype that you think is particularly harmful to the Black community, and why?
I would have to say the stereotype that Black people don't like being outdoors, or they don't like hiking or even swimming. I think that stereotype is harmful because for me personally, as someone who has anxiety and PTSD, if someone was to tell me being outdoors in nature is not something I should even consider, knowing that being in nature helps me maintain my well-being and health, just seeing the color green, surrounded by beautiful green, it really helps calm me down. So to know if someone was struggling with their mental health or being, not even be able to consider that as an option and take that, what I consider as a joy or a moment of rest for Black people away, it's very harmful. Yeah.
That's so powerful. If I may, most of us traditionally come from outside where it's sunny and it's warm, and and I really hear what you're saying about, I've never even considered it, that someone who's affected by poor mental health would be advantaged by the scenery, the green, the air, the everything. So I think that what you're doing is very powerful and very needed.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Is it me? Is it me?
I think
No, it's you. Okay, good.
What moves you, Ngozi?
What moves me? My community. I love Africa and the Caribbean. I love everybody, but I'm just, we've had a journey in the UK. We had a journey getting here. We've suffered journeys being here. And that means that when we are affected by poor mental health or institutional racism or anything, we now have to navigate our way around a system that doesn't see us equally. I'm moved by the strength of unity. I'm moved by what you're doing. I'm moved by, women are really, Black women specifically are really taking charge now to make sure that we are not only invisible in plain sight, but our voices are heard, and that we are no longer hidden in the shadows, from the margins to the center. That moves me.
That is true.
Okay.
We've always had a voice, but it's been trying to silence it. But it's always in us.
And they continue to do that, but they can't, So likewise, what moves you?
Black joy moves me. Yeah, I think it's needed and we deserve it. So for me, like being a volunteer hike leader, just witnessing the joy and the lovely women who come in our walks, just being themselves out in the open, it fills my own well-being cup. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful to witness.
I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your spirit.
It's so nice, honestly. So at the moment, we're doing the Capital Ring Challenge, and it's a route that takes us all around London. It's 7 to 8 miles long, but we're doing it one section at a time. And it's just so nice. Like, you've actually reminded me of a story. We were doing a walk somewhere around Dulwich, and there was a Black guy who was walking by. He had a yoga mat with him, and he just stopped and he was smiling so much, and he was so excited. He's like, "Who are you guys? Can I take a picture? What are you guys doing? Black women don't hike. What are you guys?" It was just so nice seeing him being so excited for us. And yeah, again, people assuming that Black women don't go hiking and such, but again, it shows how important it is to to be present and exist in community and remind
You're
people.
doing great things. Thank you. Because
Thank
I think
you
I'm
for
going to
what
go
you do
hiking
as
as well.
Please
I'm going to
do.
think about going hiking.
Please
I'm
do.
not usually, you know, but I really do feel inspired, and
Thank
we'll
you.
certainly be talking to service users about maybe trying that experience, because it just sounds awesome and it sounds like freedom.
It does, yeah. Knowing that you can walk wherever you want to walk and you have the right to.
Yeah.
My last question for you. How do you see your work at Sistah Space creating a long-term impact on the safety and mental health of Black women?
Really fantastic question. The way that we will make positive change is to make sure that we influence Parliament, we influence academia, we influence, most of all, the women who are affected by domestic and sexual abuse, the Black women specifically who are seen and not heard. So it's not about focusing on one area. We have to do this holistically, and that's how we'll make positive change.
Seen and not heard is very important.
Yeah.
What you're doing is absolutely amazing.
Thank you. We will continue to try. And it is time for me to ask my last question. Why do Black minds matter to you?
Piggybacking off what you said, being seen and heard, I think with mental health, there's a lot of stereotypes, a lot of taboos in the Black community. And I think it's very important to be aware of how to manage your own well-being and mental health, and how to look out for each other, to form that sense of community, to support each other, especially in today's world. It's important to not let each other feel that we're alone. So I think it's important to have spaces like Black Minds Matter to encourage and invite the Black community to come in and, you know, share their experiences with mental health, how they're dealing with it, or if they are struggling with it, and form that sense of community. Yeah.
Great answer.
Thank
Fantastic. I agree. I think Black minds matter. You.